I'm going to tell you exactly why I stay in this business. You talk about the drama and all the other politics and all whatever it is that come out of pro wrestling. Well, from what I've done so far, the only time I ever hear about any of this drama is when I was in Thunder. I've been in these other companies, NWA, Anarchy, FIP, and Riot. They all go by the same thing. If you start some drama, you're gone. You're out the door. Now, leaving that, I have absolutely no control over what New Jack does. What New Jack does, what New Jack says. If he wants to cut a promo on you every day of the week, I can't control that. That's on him. I can't control that. You know, that's not my place. I'm not gonna sit there and tell him what to do and tell him don't cut this promo. He ain't gonna listen to me. He gonna do what he wanna do. He a grown man, just like me. I'm gonna do what I need to do and what I feel I need to do. Now, I need to remind you, it was your idea for me to do the reunion with you and Jack. And how could you blame me for being at the right time, at the right place? How? Really, I mean, think about it. How can you blame me for that? And so, you know, it's, godly. And then you start talking about how the only time you're only going to train people for Thunder. Well, just to let you know, if you only train people for Thunder, you're going to wind yourself in the same position every single time. You don't just train people to be in one company. You don't just train them to, oh, you can't leave here. You have to stay here in Thunder. They're going to leave anyway. They're going to end up thinking to themselves, after quite some time, they're going to think, dang, my opportunities to advance are limited if if only thing I can do is stay in Thunder. Now, I would think that, you know, you or any logical person would think that the right thing to do is, if you're going to train somebody, help them to get into other places to make it big, to get on TV, and to better themselves as a performer and as a wrestler. What you told me to do, you told me not to wrestle any other place. You said that to Connor. Don't go to any other place. When he had an offer to go to do ICW up with Valak, you told him not to do it, and he was going to get paid. You did the same thing with Kelly. When she had an opportunity to go to a different place and take pictures, and she was going to get paid for it, you told her not to do it. And the whole thing with New Jack, and you're saying that everything was cool with you guys up until, you know, the reunion, and I came along. First of all, I had absolutely nothing to do with the reason Jack was angry with you. Just to let you know, he was angry with you for quite some time. You need to remember that you almost cost him life. And then the whole thing that had happened at Callahan. Jack came over to me and said, "Look, kid, I'm looking at you, and I feel I can take you places, and I feel that I could take you somewhere where you could start making money out of this, and this could start paying your bills." And I jumped on that opportunity. By a shadow of a doubt, I jumped on that opportunity. However, I psyched myself out, because I never had something like that before. And I ended up not doing what I do in the ring, and just tried to hit every spot on point, which I psyched myself out. I blew the match. The match came out terrible. That's not what I'm talking. That's not my point that I'm trying to get at right now. My point for me saying what I just said is that afterwards, Jack was critiquing what I was doing when I got to the back. And when he left, you came to me and you said that I blew the shot. I blew it. He ain't gonna want to do it no more because I blew it. And you had me thinking for quite some time that I blew my shot. Until I got in contact with Jack and said, no, that is not true. I don't know why he told you that. But, you know, I'm trying to do whatever I can do in this business to excel and to make a name for myself and to be the best. And every time I had talked to you afterwards, you had told me that I took the wrong approach the whole time. I should have consulted with you first. I should have done it, and among other things. Well, I'm getting advice from somebody that has been to the big dance and has made a lot of money in the big dance. And I will continue doing what I have to do, getting advice, learning from somebody that has been to the big dance. He's getting me into these different places where, you know, that work with TNA and that work with WWE, which is where I'm trying to get at. And if I told you once, I told you a million times. Every single thing that you've done for me, I have appreciated. Everything. I appreciate everything that you've done for me. And I've given you my thanks in the car. I called you up and I said, Kane, I'm not going to be able to make the show. I have an audition at NWA with Bill Behrens. And so I don't know why you said all I'm asking from you is a thank you, when I've given you my thank you. If you're looking for anything more, I don't owe you anything else than a thank you. I don't owe you my life. I said my thank you, and I appreciate the time that you have put in with me, helping me to perfect my craft and to perfect what I'm doing, where I'm trying to get at in this business. But you have taken me as far as you possibly can take me. You were not saying, okay, you're doing good. Why don't you go over here and perform in front of more people and perform in front of a different crowd and work with somebody new instead of working in front of 16 family members. You never did that. And so, just like everybody else that has started off with you, and you did not help them move on to that next step in their careers, they left. They left on their own. Now, once again, going back to what you had said about only training people for Thunder, that's what's going to happen. They're going to figure out that, dang, my opportunities is limited. I need to go somewhere else and show other people what I can do. Once again, I'm trying to do is to make it big in this business. Now, basically, just to recap on what I've told you, I have no control over what New Jack does, says, how he wants to do, and how he wants to handle his business. The thing that goes on with you and New Jack is between you and New Jack. So please stop involving me, and please stop involving Connor into whatever goes on with New Jack, with you and New Jack. The thing that happened with y'all has absolutely nothing to do with me or Connor. This goes way back. And you know that.